Now you can get SpaceX Starlink installed in your home or business in 35 states directly from SpaceX Starlink. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me. Today we're going to be talking about SpaceX Starlink and let's call it authorized installation. They started out with like 4 states and then they went to 12 states. Now it's up to 35 states. If you're located in any of those states, you can have SpaceX Starlink themselves install your SpaceX Starlink dish on your rooftop, your business, or your home. It does need to be the higher tier, like a residential tier, for example, but they will do that. You'll end up getting that in your cart as an option when you check out, only when purchasing at SpaceXStarlink.com, which is pretty cool because for me it's good because I can give you a discount just for you doing that. So if you purchase SpaceX Starlink and you use my direct, I wouldn't call it a code, but URL, if you go to JCristina.com/Starlink, once again, JCristina.com/Starlink, you're going to get 1 month free. And I will get 1 month free. So anyways, it's a win-win no matter how you look at it. So this is kind of cool because there's a lot of people that want to have SpaceX Starlink installed because they can't do it themselves. Maybe because they're elderly or they can't get on the top of a ladder, or maybe their home is 2 stories and they don't want to go all the way up there to install the dish. So they want someone to do it. And there's been a lot of providers of this service throughout the nation. And there has been some fledgling companies that have turned into big companies doing this, once again, all over the country. So my question here is how is this going to affect them? That's something that I figure I would ask right now at the beginning of this video. What do you think about this? By the end of the video, I want to hear from you. I always tell you what I think, but more importantly, I want to know what you think down below in the comment area. That's what makes this channel what it is. It's our back and forth, the community that we've built here. There's over 136,000 of you now. So there's a lot of you. And this community is just absolutely amazing. If I can't answer a question, because sometimes there's just simply too many, there's a lot of just great people in this community that will answer you. So if you have some questions, don't forget, in the comment area, you can always ask them and someone's going to get back to you for the most part. So I read a bunch of articles about this and I want to bring this one to your attention. It was PC Magazine that put this out. It's really short and I want to read this to you so you get an idea of what is going on and what is the cost and who is this available to and whatnot. And then once again, I'll tell you what I think by the end of the video. Starts out by saying Starlink expands rooftop dish installation service to 35 US states. Remember, like I told you, it started with 4 and then it went to 12 and now it's 35. I'm sure right around the corner, we will see all 50 states. Kind of interesting. The service costs $199 and pops up when you buy the SpaceX Starlink hardware at Starlink.com, just like I told you. But the offering has raised concern about taking business away from third-party satellite dish installers. That is a big issue, and that's why I brought that to your attention at the beginning. To drive more sales to SpaceX Starlink or Starlink.com, SpaceX is expanding its satellite installation service from 12 states to 35 states. The option appears if you try to buy the Starlink dish on a residential plan. That is very important. If you just get like a residential light plan, you're not going to get that service or roaming or anything else. This is for residential plan and it's probably for business also. That's something that we can look up maybe on a Friday night that we do, JC Live. If you're not here for JC Live, why in the heck not? I do Fridays at 8:30 p.m. I don't know what's going to happen while we're away when we're here in Europe, but we'll see. We're going to try to make it happen. So if you're around at 8:30 on Fridays, join me. And sometimes my wife is here too, so it's even more fun. You don't have to look at this mug. Anyways, it continues. The add-on service costs $199 and involves SpaceX partners DSI Systems sending a technician to handle the rooftop installation. That's important. DSI Systems. How in the hell did they get that gig, guys? How did they get it? That is massive. That is massive. Anyways, customers who purchase the service will also need to pay for additional mount, which can range from about $38 to $74 to install the dish. And as you can see here, maybe I'll bring it up on the screen, you can see the installation availability here. Someone ordered this and it gives you an address. We have here installation and it comes up with that $199. And they tack that on top of the taxes and the actual fee for the kit. So it's $199 for installation. An updated Starlink support page lists the states where the $199 rooftop installation service is being offered, including Arizona, California, Illinois, Kansas, Pennsylvania, and Washington. So you know what? Let me bring up this image real quick. As you can see here, if you want, you can pause the video and you'll see all 35 states here. It starts over here with Kansas and it ends up with Kentucky. So once again, pause that, and if you want, there is a 1-800 number there too that you can call for that installation service. And as you can see, that is for DSI Systems Incorporated. Once again, that is a big deal. Whoever these people are, man, what a moneymaker. Holy heck. Anyways, it continues. Although Starlink is easy to set up, permanently installing the satellite dish on a rooftop requires more work and tools. It can also potentially be dangerous. That's absolutely the case. Single story, not so bad, but as soon as you start going to second story, a third story, that is very dangerous. As a result, many consumers hire third-party technicians to help them install Starlink dishes on homes and buildings. Last year, SpaceX began offering its own rooftop installation service through DSI, first in 4 U.S. states, then in 12, and once again now in 35. The $199 service addresses a hurdle for some consumers who are hesitant about adopting SpaceX Starlink. SpaceX is now expanding the service across the U.S. as it tries to drive more sales through new discounts, including a residential light service and even offering consumers free Starlink dishes as long as they commit or sign up for 12 months. That is a really big deal. Once again, they have this offer where you can get a dish, you can get the kit. I hate when they say the dish, but this is more than a dish. You get the router and the wire and everything else. So the kit for free if you sign up for 12 months in certain states. That's very, very big. And now that they have the residential light plan, you don't have to pay $120 a month. You can pay $80 per month. There is some stipulations there, caveat, you are going to go about half the speed as the residential, but still, it's $40 cheaper, and if that's good enough for you, residential light might be something that you should look into. I can do a video just on that. Maybe I will, because it gets into the nuances, and I'll tell you exactly who should get it and who shouldn't. So watch for that video. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or the next day. Anyways, the article finalizes with, however, the rooftop installation service risks taking away business from third-party dish installers who charge between $275 to $500. They're also concerned about installs that DSI prioritizes speed over quality. That is an issue, speed over quality, because they're doing a lot of them, that one installer, DSI. In April, SpaceX offered free or discounted rooftop installs for new consumers in North Carolina, as well as Tennessee and Georgia. It seems to have ended that offer, but it's possible SpaceX is considering free rooftop installations in the future. The checkout page currently says buyers can, quote, have Starlink permanently installed at their residence for free, though it still comes up as $199 in your shopping cart. Is that a mistake? A teaser? We'll have to see. Yeah, I agree. So it's probably not just a teaser. It's probably a mistake. They need to fix that. Because they're not going to say, listen, we're going to give it to you for free, and then say, oh, we're going to charge you $199. That's obviously a typo or something going on in there. And I'm sure PC Magazine gets that also. So coming full circle, I think that this is a great service, especially for all the folks out there that want SpaceX Starlink but never got it because they're kind of fearful of going to the top of a first or even a second story rooftop to make this installation. And it is dangerous if you are on the top of a ladder, especially those people that are maybe elderly or maybe they have some type of issue when it comes to to climbing a ladder, or maybe they're just simply frightened. Whatever it is, for $199, that is really cheap. Considering for me, I originally bought my kit for $599. Then it went down to $499. Then now it's like $349. And in some places, you can actually just get the whole kit for free if you sign up for 12 months, which is nothing. If you are in the rural community like I am, 12 months is nothing because you're going to sign up with them probably in perpetuity. You're not going anywhere because the chances of you getting fiber out in the boonies like where I live is probably not going to happen. So SpaceX Starlink is going to be your best bet for high-speed broadband in these type of areas, in the rural communities out there. So anyways, I think that this is really great. The only problem that I have is, like they alluded to here in this article, is what happens to those third-party installers. There are a lot of them out there. There's an entire cottage industry that has been started around SpaceX Starlink. I mean, look at me. I'm doing SpaceX Starlink coverage all the time because you guys want it, right? I used to do a lot of photo and video and Linux and tech stuff, but I do a lot of SpaceX Starlink, once again, because you guys want me to do it. And that's why I'm doing it, helping you guys out, right? So these third parties out there are really going to get hit hard, in my personal opinion. Now, what happens to them? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Because if you started a business around doing this, and now SpaceX Starlink offers it eventually maybe for free in all 50 states, well, now you're out of a gig. That is a problem. The only thing that I can say that these third-party installers can do to solidify their jobs, so to speak, is to, let's say, take a detour and instead of going down the residential line, go down the business track. And if they do that, now they're going to be doing installation on bigger buildings, on the top of buildings, running a lot more cable, and there'll be a lot more equipment needed to be able to do that. And I can tell you for sure, SpaceX Starlink is not going to do that. They will only do probably first and maybe second story homes, and that's going to be it, because it only makes sense. They're not going to want to go and try to give these people, if they're charging you $199, I can tell you that they're probably giving these people maybe $100 to do it, maybe 125, you know, who knows? Not that much to be able to do that installation. So it needs to be most likely first story, maybe second story. I personally, if I was them, I would charge more for second story because that's damn dangerous. Okay, it really is. Anyways, what say you guys? Is this something that has changed your mind in getting SpaceX Starlink, knowing that now you can actually get it in your location, not for free, but for $199, and you don't have to do it? Someone else will run all the wires and make them all tidy and run the conduit, drill the hole in the concrete walls or whatever, do everything for you. Is this something that would, once again, push you over the top and say, yes, I'm going to get into SpaceX Starlink now? I think a lot of you guys are. So I want to hear from you down below. What do you think about this? And also, what do you think about the third-party installers? What do you think about this cottage industry that could disappear? Anyways, what do you think? Down below. I want to hear from you. And like I said before, we are in Europe. I'm going to run some B-roll at the beginning, some B-roll at the end, maybe throughout the video so you can see what I'm doing. And if you want to see more video content that has to do with me in Europe, I'm going to push some stuff into Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, you go to JCristina, not JCristina, my full name, JCristina, you will be able to see videos there that you would not be able to see in the community page on my YouTube channel. The reason? Because YouTube doesn't allow us creators to put short videos into our community pages. Why? You guess. They want to monetize every single thing that we do. So if we want to share something with you, we can share it, but we have to share it as a short or we have to share it as a long, right? And that's just the way it is. If we just want to share something with you, they're not going to get monetized if it's sitting in the community channel, so they don't want to see it there. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe I'll talk to the folks over there. That would be a good question, right? I would love to have that. But for now, if you want to see video, go to Instagram. Once again, JCristina. If you want to be part of the community and see what I'm doing in photo form, take a look at the community page, all right? And then for all other coverage, just come here to the channel. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. If you are, thank you so much. Click the notification button over here so when I go live when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. If you want more SpaceX Starlink content, I've put together over 500 videos for you. Now that you got to the end of this video, you can click over here. 500 helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, and of course the why behind all of it, because this channel is always about the why. Anyways, guys, head over to my website, JCristina.com. You can go to JCristina.com/shop. Check out my merch. Look at my shirts, my hats, my sweats, everything over there. If there's something there that you like, please pick it up. Help support me and my family. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, maybe through SpaceX Starlink. And we'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.